Penguin Random House Audio presents The Four, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google, and the Battle for World Domination, by Scott Galloway. Read for you by Jonathan Todd Ross. For Nolan and Alec. I look up, see the stars, and have questions. I look down, see my boys, and have answers. Chapter 1. The Four. Over the last 20 years, four technology giants have inspired more joy, connections, prosperity, and discovery than any entity in history. Along the way, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Google have created hundreds of thousands of high-paying jobs. The four are responsible for an array of products and services that are entwined into the daily lives of billions of people. They've put a supercomputer in your pocket, are bringing the internet into developing countries, and are mapping the Earth's landmass and oceans. The four have generated unprecedented wealth, $2.3 trillion. That, via stock ownership, has helped millions of families across the planet build economic security. In sum, they make the world a better place. This is true. And this narrative is espoused, repeatedly, across thousands of media outlets and gatherings of the innovation class, universities, conferences, congressional hearings, boardrooms. However, consider another view. The Four Horsemen. Imagine a retailer that refuses to pay sales tax, treats its employees poorly, destroys hundreds of thousands of jobs, and yet is celebrated as a paragon of business innovation. A computer company that withholds information about a domestic act of terrorism from federal investigators, with the support of a fan following that views the firm similar to a religion. A social media firm that analyzes thousands of images of your children, activates your phone as a listening device, and sells this information to Fortune 500 companies. An ad platform that commands, in some markets, a 90% share of the most lucrative sector in media, yet avoids anti-competitive regulation through aggressive litigation and lobbyists. This narrative is also heard around the world, but in hushed tones. We know these companies aren't benevolent beings, yet we invite them into the most intimate areas of our lives. We willingly divulge personal updates, knowing they'll be used for profit. Our media elevate the executives running these companies to hero status, geniuses to be trusted and emulated. Our governments grant them special treatment regarding antitrust regulation, taxes, even labor laws. And investors bid their stocks up, providing near infinite capital and firepower to attract the most talented people on the planet or crush adversaries. So, are these entities the four horsemen of God, love, sex, and consumption? Or are they the four horsemen of the apocalypse? The answer is yes to both questions. I'll just call them the four horsemen. How did these companies aggregate so much power? How can an inanimate, for-profit enterprise become so deeply ingrained in our psyche that it reshapes the rules of what a company can do and be? What does unprecedented scale and influence mean for the future of business and the global economy? Are they destined, like other business titans before them, to be eclipsed by younger, sexier rivals? Or have they become so entrenched that nobody, individual, enterprise, government, or otherwise, stands a chance? State of affairs. This is where the four stand at the time of this writing. Amazon. Shopping for a Porsche Panamera Turbo S or a pair of Louboutin lace pumps is fun. Shopping for toothpaste and eco-friendly diapers is not. As the online retailer of choice for most Americans and increasingly the world, Amazon eases the pain of drudgery, getting the stuff you need to survive. No great effort, no hunting, little gathering, just one clicking. Their formula? an unparalleled investment in last-mile infrastructure made possible by an irrationally generous lender. Retail investors who see the most compelling yet simple story ever told in business. Earth's biggest store. The story is coupled with execution that rivals D-Day, minus the whole courage and sacrifice to save the world part. The result is a retailer worth more than Walmart, Target, Macy's, Kroger, Nordstrom, Tiffany & Company, Coach, Williams-Sonoma, Tesco, IKEA, Carrefour, and The Gap combined. As I write this, Jeff Bezos is the third wealthiest person in the world. He will soon be number one. The current gold and silver medalists, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, are in great businesses, software and insurance. But neither sits on top of a company growing 20% plus each year, attacking multi-billion-dollar sectors like befuddled prey. Apple. The Apple logo, which graces the most coveted laptops and mobile devices, is the global badge of wealth, education, and Western values. At its core, Apple fills two instinctual needs: to feel closer to God and be more attractive to the opposite sex. It mimics religion with its own belief system, objects of veneration, cult following, and Christ figure. It counts among its congregation the most important people in the world, the innovation class. By achieving a paradoxical goal in business, a low-cost product that sells for a premium price, Apple has become the most profitable company in history. The equivalent is an auto firm with the margins of Ferrari and the production volumes of Toyota. In Q4 of 2016, Apple registered twice the net profits Amazon has produced, in total, since its founding 23 years ago. Apple's cash on hand is nearly the GDP of Denmark. Facebook. As measured by adoption and usage, Facebook is the most successful thing in the history of mankind. There are 7.5 billion people in the world, and 1.2 billion people have a daily relationship with Facebook. Facebook, number 1, Facebook Messenger, number 2, and Instagram, number 8, are the most popular mobile apps in the United States. The social network and its properties register 50 minutes of a user's typical day. 1 of every 6 minutes online is spent on Facebook, and 1 in 5 minutes spent on mobile is on Facebook. Google. Google is a modern man's God. It's our source of knowledge, ever-present, aware of our deepest secrets, reassuring us where we are and where we need to go, answering questions from trivial to profound. No institution has the trust and credibility of Google. About 1 out of 6 queries posed to the search engine have never been asked before. What rabbi, priest, scholar, or coach has so much gravitas that he or she is presented with that many questions never before asked of anybody? Who else inspires so many queries of the unknown from all corners of the world? A subsidiary of Alphabet Inc., in 2016, Google earned $20 billion in profits, increased revenues 23%, and lowered costs to advertisers 11%, a massive blow to competitors. Google, unlike most products, ages in reverse, becoming more valuable with use. It harnesses the power of 2 billion people, 24 hours a day, connected by their intentions, what you want, and decisions, what you choose, yielding a whole infinitely greater than the sum of its parts. The insights into consumer behavior Google gleans from 3.5 billion queries each day make this horseman the executioner of traditional brands and media. Your new favorite brand is what Google returns to you in 0.0000005 second. Show me the trillions. While billions of people derive significant values from these firms and their products, disturbingly few reap the economic benefits. General Motors created economic value of approximately $231,000 per employee, market cap/workforce. This sounds impressive, until you realize that Facebook has created an enterprise worth $20.5 million per employee, or almost a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?